guys. Sorry, adult beverages, because woo, we had to.
It's been a night.
It's been a night. We had to get through Big Brother. Now we get to talk about something better, The Amazing Race. I'm going to plug real quick. It should be in the description box, my other channel. But this cup that I'm drinking out of is made by my friend Taryn, custom made by Taryn. She has her own shop. Go on Instagram, buy some. I had to put my vodka in it, but the coffee goes great too. And, you know, we just need to talk about Amazing Race because I'm so over Big Brother and I'm ready, honey. This was episode with giving.
We're going to get this out of the way. Thank God this was a non-elimination leg, because otherwise I would have been
Praise
not
Jesus.
happy.
This, I was about to start like almost crying. Like I was just like, after the whole season of Celebrity Big Brother and then this episode ending like this, no, we're not going to do that. Like that's literally
also that little like the thing that they did at the end where they made it seem like they were running up at the same time, but it was clearly like,
I was pissed. I really wanted it to be close because I know that Ryan and Dusty could out sprint them. Like, you know what I mean? Like if they got close enough and it was a sprint.
But I knew they were probably going to do something like that. Because when they, right before he found the rock, you could see that there were lights on in like the theater. And I was like, oh, it's a lot later than they're making it look right now. But
yeah.
Anyway, let's go through the episode because it was a good episode. I really enjoyed it.
Really good. And like I honestly, Kayla and Raquel have won me over more. I'm much more
I
fan.
love them. I love all, even Arun and Natalia, even though I have feelings about them skating by with some saves, but you know what, again, luck of the draw. It's not like they chose to be saved. So I enjoy every single one of these teams. I do think certain teams deserve it more, but you know, I'm still rooting for Kim and Penn to win it all.
100%.
However, if Ryan and Dusty or Raquel and Kayla,
I'm satisfied.
Yeah.
If Arun and Natalia win, it'll be weird, but I will almost be like, damn, that's crazy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't hate them, so I would just kind of be like, wow.
It'd be like if Victor from Big Brother 18 ended up winning after he got back in the house twice. I'd be like, okay, I mean, like, clearly you wanted to stay and you got to the end. So we'll see. But we start off with a fun little ad from Travelocity where they're like, where's our next hotel gonna go? Oh, fun. And I was like, this is weird. I don't think I've ever seen an ad in Amazing Race before.
I've only seen 2 seasons, so we can't really talk. But it was giving, if
you've seen Big Brother Canada,
it was giving Big Brother Canada. Like, I love my HOH room from the brick. It was like,
I love my nightstand by my bed from the brick. And then also every commercial break, it's Big Brother is sponsored by the brick, which like I love.
No,
it's just so everyone in Canada memes about it and like thinks it's funny. So like, you know,
that's like someone plugging like out
IKEA.
here, like
IKEA.
Yeah,
I love my new like coffee table from IKEA. But also like the brick is part of like their win. It's like they get cash, they get the car, and then they get the remodel from the brick.
Yeah, that's true. So it makes even more, but it's very cheesy. That's all. It's just cheesy. So it was cheesy, but it was still.
But it was quick.
It was It wasn't that deep. It was fine. And I've used Travelocity. I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah, and Travelocity's always been on like, you know, Big Brother, Amazing Race forever. So love Travelocity. Anyway, Kim and Penn and Raquel and Kayla are in the first departure group. They first have to drive to Thessaloniki, sure. For Teatro Desaus. I'm gonna mess up the pronunciation, just like don't come for me.
It is what I already know.
And then Ryan and Dusty and Aruna and Natalia are in the second departure group. Kim and Penn end up getting to the roadblock first. Probably one of my favorite things I've ever seen, even though I haven't seen like every single season. I know some of the roadblocks and some of the detours. One of my favorites, because it just sounds like pure annoyance.
Torture.
Who will leave no stone unturned? And if you saw the episode, you saw that that woman in the chair was living for her little, like, you shall leave no stone unturned. Like, she was into it. And I'm like, dude.
She was like, this 200 check is worth it, honey. I'm gonna work it, bitch. Like,
she's like, I'm doing overtime. She's like, keep looking, please. Like, I'll stay out here all night.
But it was a good equalizer also, I would say. Because it wasn't about athleticism or being the smartest. It was literally more of having patience, not giving up, and just luck.
Although I will say the only thing that kind of worried me right when Kim and Penn got there, because Kim and Penn get there first, and they kind of explain how it's going to work. So when everyone else comes, like, they don't really have to cover it. I was worried that Kim would have like made it obvious that she had already searched through some parts, and then they would have just gone somewhere else and
got it before or something.
I was like, I wish that they had made it like 4 different sections where you have to find one instead of 4 within this whole section.
Really hard. They were not effing around. They were like, no, we'll film all night. We don't care. That shit was hard.
Again, probably one of the hardest things I've seen this season for them. Just even if you try to strategically go like rock by rock, there's just bound to be a rock you miss, a rock you think you looked at but you actually didn't, a rock you picked up but then you didn't look at it, as we see some people do in the competition later.
Literally.
So we have Kim, Raquel, Arun, and Dusty going in for this roadblock. And Raquel ends up finding the first coin, and they end up arriving second to the roadblock.
Yeah.
And then Ryan and Dusty come third, and Arun and Natalia in last. Shocker, not really. Arun and Natalia have some trouble navigating.
Yeah, exactly.
And then also Raquel and Kayla thought they did, and then the guy that they asked for directions was like, it's like right up there. And they're like, oh, great.
Well, damn. Yeah, that was funny.
There's also a funny scene where Kim is like, you know, an Amazing Race when they play like the like sound when like you're right by something. It was such a meta moment. Because then she like had her hand on like the rock and like she like moved it or something, and everyone at home was screaming at their TVs like, come on, Kim.
She was like, with this whole comp, honestly. She was like,
it goes on for a while before anyone finds anything. I'm assuming like a good 30-45 minutes probably before Raquel finally found one.
It was a minute. I don't know how they edited it, but I can never say that, but for sure, regardless of how they did do that, you could tell it was a while.
Also, so since Raquel finds it first, the next clue, they go to Trigonian Tower, where they have to listen to Socrates. I thought this was going to be like a memorization thing, but I guess he just talks to you and then gives you the clue. So
yeah, so it really wasn't that big of a deal.
It was just like, go to this next place. Kim ends up finding the second one, and Arun ends up finding the third one not too long after. And around this time, Raquel and Kayla get to the tower, and they get the next clue for the detour, which is deliver plates or smash plates. No one did deliver, but I'm going to talk about it anyway.
Yeah, no one.
Carry 300 plates up a hill, so
no. Baby.
And then smash plates where they have like the band playing and you get to smash plates while the band's playing.
If they stop, you're looking for a clue. It's like,
and I think it was either baked into the ceramic or like it was laid flat on like the bottom of one of them, so like when you smashed it, it could like pop off the plate.
I couldn't tell exactly either, but everyone, there was no one that was smashing that like got
Missed it.
So
Mhm.
it worked.
Then we have, so everyone ends up choosing Smash, which in my opinion made sense. And I think everyone was like, I need to smash some stuff, especially Kim.
Yeah, she was like, I'm done.
They go to the pit stop, which is the White Tower. Raquel and Kayla finally come in first.
Place. That was actually,
and I was really happy.
Me too. I was really happy. I was like, I fuck with them. They won me over. Like I never hated them. But I just wasn't as big of a fan. And they've really had like a slow and steady incline. And that's like pretty cool, you know?
They've been consistently getting second to Kim and Penn these last few legs, because Kim and Penn have been on kind of a streak where they were getting first place, I think the last 3.
And then now struggled a little bit.
Yeah, struggled, but still got second.
Yeah, that's their version of struggle.
Their struggle is like, we're down a spot. like
silver, not gold.
We're 5 minutes later than we thought we would be. Sorry.
Gotta love them.
Also, around this time is when Phil does his whole, the next team will, that arrives here may be eliminated. And I was like thinking about it.
I was blown away. I really thought there's no way that it's going to be another like third non-elimination leg.
I also knew, because I knew that eventually we were going to be going to Russia before we go to the US. So I was like, okay, that doesn't make sense for them to get rid of a team when there's still another episode before the finale, unless they like bring a team back, which doesn't make sense. So I was like, okay, it's probably going to be a non-elimination.
You using your noggin. Good job.
I also
true.
But now I'm confused because they said it's a 2-hour finale, but it said that there's 11 episodes and this is episode 9. So I don't really know what's going on there. Next week could be the finale. I could be wrong. Don't know. I'm not going to look it up. I'm going to be surprised.
Yeah, it's giving confused. I'm just going to let it go. Roll with the punches.
And then Kim and Penn arrive to the cafe. And we go back to Raquel and Kayla, who end up finishing first. They win a trip to Kauai, and they also mentioned some fun facts that I was not aware of. They want to be the 4th all-female team to ever win The Amazing Race.
That's really cool. That's really cool.
And had no clue that was.
Didn't know those at all. So that's awesome.
Honestly. So that would be really fun to see, an all-female team in 33 seasons. Only 3 other teams have been able to do it.
Actually crazy, yeah.
And it kind of sucks also that Lulu and Lala aren't here, because that would have given like another shot.
Yeah.
And I really like them.
Me too. I love a good twin set. Since I'm a twin mom, I birthed twins. I have a soft spot.
Twins, and then also just siblings. I liked, I forgot their names, but the siblings that were on last season.
The girls?
The boy and the girl siblings.
Yeah, I'm blanking. So this is embarrassing.
I don't remember the names. Sorry.
Love you guys. Mwah.
Yeah. Also, you should check out, I know Will and James from last season have like a podcast that they do where I think it's called The Winner Circle.
I think it is, because they had like Derek and Cody on it and stuff, talking about stuff. So
or maybe that's Cody and Derek's
podcast and they were on it. I know they have a YouTube channel and they probably have a podcast. So
yeah.
But I think you're right. I think The Winner Circle is Cody and Derek, which is like
I hate that I just plugged that. I'm gonna cut that. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah.
Irene and Natalia.
Because
sorry, go ahead.
It's interesting. Well, you can cut this part too, but it's interesting because if you are affiliated with CBS and you're a winner like that, you automatically are allowed to have those interviews. You have that like lifeline where it's like they're not allowed to talk to people for 6 months, but if you're affiliated like they are, you can have them. So like as much as we don't fuck with them, they will get some people on there that we want to hear speak that other people wouldn't be able to get. So it's like, oh, I probably will listen to some shit. Anyways.
I know Jason and Danielle had brought back the Secret Alliance podcast. And they were having like Hannah on recently.
They got notification they posted something like today or yesterday. So yeah.
Love anything related to Big Brother, CBS, Amazing Race, like, Survivor. I also found out recently, I didn't realize Rob from Rob Has a Podcast was on Survivor.
I didn't know that either.
And apparently he was, this is, oh my God, let me find the channel real quick because now I'm going to feel bad if I don't.
Podcast, but he doesn't, he has that guy Taryn be more of like the head of it.
Yeah, no, Taryn, I know Taryn Armstrong. He's on Twitch.
Is he gay?
He's like I don't know. He's a very big Big Brother fan, and he's been like a live feed watcher for like ever.
I really wish that I had those stats behind me. Like I just got into it so late. I found out about it. And the minute I found out about it, like even before I really watched it, like when I found out like how long the season is, like, and how it works and like whatever, like I was like, oh, this is my shit. And then I just became so obsessed. And I'm like, if only like someone in my family's just not big TV watchers. They're not. Once I found out my dad watched Survivor, I was shocked because he never watches TV. The only other show he watched was that show Vegas when it was on, or whatever that one show was, but it was not a reality show. It was like whatever. Like I watched Bad Girls Club. Like that's what I watched, which is also Bunham Murray or whatever. So it's obviously I like what I like, but yeah, no, I just missed out on so much. And it was cool to be able to go watch it all. You know, it was already there, but it would have been so much cooler to experience it real time, watch the live feeds. I wonder what I would have thought in those moments versus what I think being able to look at it cohesively. I don't know. It's just, I missed.
The two channels that I want to shout out real quick for amazing Big Brother content, and also Survivor, Ethanimal and Peridium, both fun names that when I first found their channels, I could not spell for the life of me.
Yeah, you're like,
I'm just a little slow.
I can't save my
they
life.
both put out really good videos on Big Brother, but the reason I'm bringing up Ethanimal is because he had mentioned Rob being on Survivor because he was an alternate for Big Brother. And his spot got taken.
I love it's so crazy because you will hear stories like that where they're like, no, I was trying out for this and then I ended up on this. And then it's weird when it not necessarily like Rob from Rob Has a Podcast or whatever, but like when people become almost like icons of the game, like Cara Maria from the challenge, like didn't watch MTV like that. And she had a bunch of roommates in college and they were obsessed with the Real World. And she was like, that's stupid. And she was like annoyed with it. And then as a joke, this is her story. As a joke, she like applied for it or whatever. And then when she interviewed, it was they were like, oh, like we don't have anyone for the Real World, but we have this other show, The Challenge. We're doing Fresh Meat again. Like, would you be interested or whatever? And then somehow she got on there and then she just kept going. And now it literally turned into her career. Like, you know what I mean? So it's so crazy how some people end up in certain positions.
It's like the same thing with Derek X. Derek X said that he had just like a friend be like, you should apply for Big Brother. And he ended up getting on. Yeah.
And we love him. So it's crazy. Sometimes production does hit, but not always.
So far, I think that they've casted amazing for the Amazing Race. That was bad. I hated that. Anyway, moving on. Kim and Penn end up coming in second. I'm going through the positions now. So Raquel and Kayla in first, Kim and Penn in second, which means that they'll be in the second group with Aruna and Natalia, who came in third, and Ryan and Dusty in last. Pause for effect. They are safe, thank God, because otherwise I was going to be very upset. We cut back to them.
I was just like, oh my God, like I get it, but also like this is why I was gonna be mad about Arun and Natalia being saved so much, because this is when we needed the saving, because these people actually fucking deserve it. Like, and we did get it. We fucking got it.
And I don't want to be that guy, but I will say it seems like Dusty kind of drops the ball and has almost gotten them eliminated both times. Not to say that he's a bad teammate at all. It's just like he just happens to be in the situations that almost get them eliminated. The cheese situation,
The cheese,
and the rock situation. Again, I think take anyone out, take Dusty out, put someone else in. It doesn't necessarily change anything. I just think it's funny because every time Ryan does something, he like blitzes through it like so fast, and it's like not an issue unless it was the saint thing, because then he was just like, I got it, they listed 10, I'm just gonna go try my best.
yeah, you fucked that one up. But no, but yeah, I think that's just more of the luck of the draw, but also I think
I have to pause it. We cut back to Ryan and Dusty, and the elapsed time was about 3 hours.
that's rough.
As bad as I feel for Dusty, imagine being Ryan, just having to sit there. You can't help, you just have to watch.
That
and
both is equally rough. Do you know what I'm saying? Like you're not suffering with the back pain or like the weight of it all, but you also are helpless. So it's
the back
just
pain. I didn't even think about like, because I hate having to like crouch down, bend over, just as like a tall person.
Yeah,
and I don't have good posture.
Have those.
I hate it. So just thinking about this makes me kind of want to, not do it. But anyway, thank God it was a non-elimination leg. Even though they do have to be in the last departure group going into the finale, which is a little scary just because like I don't want them to lose.
Yeah, it's rough. At least second place. Like, I don't know.
They have come in last before and they've been able to make up time. They ended up getting like third. Yeah. It was like fourth. It was like third or fourth. And I'm just hoping that Brian and Dusty, I want them to get, I don't know like what my prediction, I'm hoping Arun and Natalia, again, nothing against them. It's just like I want the other 3 teams more. I'm expecting and hoping Arun and Natalia to go in the next leg. And then I'm hoping, expecting the finale to go Kim and Penn, Raquel and Kayla, Ryan and Dusty at this point, just based off the previous legs. But again, with the finale, it's just don't know. Anybody's game.
For real. So we will see. We'll keep you updated. We have another episode next week. We think that's the finale. We're not sure. But yeah, you're gonna need to like, comment, share, subscribe so you find out what the hell happened.